Okay, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Planet Pulse for today, which is September 14th, 2020. So I am live right now, so I'm going to wait just a couple seconds or minutes for people to hop on. Probably not the best time to be doing it, Monday at noon, but if anyone's around to hop on, then they can feel free to hop on. The purpose of this video right here is what I like to call a planet pulse. And so it's basically just an overview of what's happening currently in astrology. And the reason why that's important is because it helps give all of us insight as to the lessons, the energies, and the themes that are happening in all of our lives right now, so we can know how to best navigate them, okay? So what this consists of is just a short overview of what's going on with the planets and the signs that they're in, what we can expect right now. I'm looking at the chart of what's happening in astrology right now. And then we're also going to pull a few tarot cards just to kind of seal in and integrate all that was shared. So if you're new to this channel or to astrology or to this way that I am speaking about astrology, I want you to know first and foremost where this came from really briefly and why it's important. First of all, you have to know I am a skeptic as much as you may be when it comes to these types of things. I'm very scientifically oriented, and I like to know the proof of things, and I like to know why it's important and how it's actually verified. And so I want to briefly explain how this came to be. And where I'm coming from. So I come from the health and wellness world, specifically what's called the biohacking health and wellness world, where everything is verified by science and by data. And nothing right out there is really true unless it's actually verifiable. So that's the world I'm coming from. And this happened to me around 2012, 2013. I started realizing, okay, I need to make a change to my health. And I moved forward with all the research and the data, and then the experience that I have today. Now, somewhere along the way, I started realizing that, science, health, and wellness was not all I was here to do. I was also meant to study some of the more esoteric philosophies of the world. And astrology came into my life at a time when I really needed help. I needed guidance. I needed to know what I was here to do, what my purpose was, and how it is that I was set up to help people. And so what happened was I was actually valeting, nothing wrong with being a valet, but I was valeting at the Ritz-Carlton, doing a little bit of bellman work, and I was totally lost. This is a couple years after college, and I was like, okay, I need to figure out, for me, what it is I'm here to do. Am I supposed to go to the Air Force? Am I supposed to be a salesperson? Am I supposed to be a speaker? Am I supposed to travel the world? Like, what am I gonna do with life? And how do I find my purpose? How do I find the energy, the passion, or the spark that most people crave or need deep down for their life? And so I didn't have that. And what happened was, as I started to study astrology, which I'll explain how that happened in a second here, the things that I began to learn in my chart resonated with me on a deep, 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 deep level that gave me that passion, that gave me that spark as to, oh crap, I kind of already knew this about myself and my life for a long time now, yet this just validated everything that I was kind of feeling a little bit, right? And for me, that was that I'll spare you the details. This isn't about me, but for me, it validated that I was meant to study these more esoteric philosophies to help teach and counsel and guide people in them, and also be involved in the health and wellness high-tech industry, which I am, and to create freedom and to create profound healing for myself and others through that vehicle. So it validated a lot for me, and it gave me purpose in my life. And that's how I started studying. And then what happened was, a couple years into studying it, friends started asking me to read their charts for them. And I had no formal training at that time, but every single person that I informally read for, they're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like, thank you so much. And I just kept getting requests like that. And naturally it started to build into where I was starting to work with clients and just charge clients money to do these things. And it's built into a little business. And now I have full belief and validation that this is where I'm meant to be, this is what I'm meant to do for people, and to help guide people. And it's not going to resonate with everyone. It's not going to be everyone's deal. But if it does resonate, if it does help you, then I'm here to help guide you in your life and to help you find that purpose, find that spark, and face the things that you may have hesitated facing so far in order to get you right back on track. So I'm not going to go into details, but really that's the theme of what the sessions that I've been giving for people, what I provide, have been becoming, is helping clients go into the depths of themselves, the dark, scary, kind of gritty places where they didn't really want to venture by themselves or just didn't have that push into there, but helping them face that so that they can get back on track, face whatever demons those things are, clear them out, release them, and then now their life can take full fruition. So anyways, I got a little off track there, but I just wanted to explain where this came from. So if people joining in who are new, who are skeptical, or who are like, what is this guy doing, can understand a little bit there. Second thing I'm going to do is explain a little bit about my perspective on astrology and tarot and all these woo-woo things that I do in a scientific way. So a lot of my learning has been in the high-tech wellness industry, around electromagnetic signatures and electromagnetic waves, and the fact that everything has its own field that's constantly being emitted, right? Particularly our hearts. So everyone has their own unique electromagnetic signature that's emitted to the world, that emanates all across the cosmos. And people can feel this, right? These electromagnetic signatures interact with each other and attract certain different electromagnetic signatures and repel others. And you can change this, you can influence this signature, you can increase its vibration or its resonancy, right? Or you can decrease it. And as you increase it, life becomes more in the flow, easier to be in. Things start to happen synchronistically around you in the way that you've always wanted without putting in any effort. And when it's very low, life is like hard and heavy and bogged down, and you're like frustrated deep down, but you numb yourself with all these things. I've been there many times. Video games, social media, drugs, alcohol, things like that distract you. But when you get rid of all those things, you find your purpose and your spark, you increase your resonancy, your electromagnetic signature, life becomes easy. Okay, why am I telling you this? Because the same thing is true. What is true on the inside of us is also true externally. There's a quote, I forget by who, but it's as it is above, so it is below. Which means that the planets and the stars in the universe actually is a reflection of our inner self. Meaning that all the planets out there have their own, including Earth and the Sun, the Moon, Mars, Venus, they all have their own unique electromagnetic signature or vibration or frequency, or whatever you want to call it, that is constantly being emitted and is interacting with not only all the other planets around in the solar system, but with our frequencies collectively on the Earth, okay? And this is all verifiable. You can actually measure the frequency that the Earth itself emits, right? And everything in nature, trees, the mountains, river, like everything has its own unique signature. No two signatures are identical. So, this is all verifiable. It's called the Schumann resonance. You can measure this of the Earth. It's 7.8 and some change hertz. So anyways, that's how and why astrology works. And the same thing is true with anything in that kind of woo-woo predictionary field. You can't predict the future. You can predict possible outcomes or themes of the future, but you can't box things in and go, this is what's going to happen for you 100%. Because we all have free choice. And that's the gift of this planet, the opportunity to choose our path. But you have to realize that's only half the story. Half the story is us choosing our path. The other half is all the unforeseen and uncontrollable energies, right, and outcomes and themes that we're existing in that allow us to choose our path within that container. Okay, I don't want to get too far down that track, but you have to realize that that's also the other half of the story that I'm here to share and tell. And those electromagnetic signatures or energies, whatever's being emitted from the planets as they currently are affect us in ways that allow us to choose our path, our destiny within the theme of those signatures. So within that, astrology tells that story of what's actually happening so we can become more aware of that, so we can choose more wisely, all right, the study of the planets. But also things like tarot, basically tarot is a container within itself with certain themes as to what's going on, that those electromagnetic signatures, as they come in, they actually influence what cards are chosen with our intention to share and to show with other people. So it's a good way to kind of, right, also utilize the subconscious mind to share the themes going on. So anyways, this video wasn't intended to be so much an explanation, but it kind of went there. So anyone who's watching this or who's new to me kind of gets where I'm coming from and what's happening, what's happened so far in my life. So now what I'm going to do, so this is called a planet pulse. For those of you guys just joining in, this is a planet pulse, which means I'm going to be looking at the current planets as they are now, identifying some of the themes or feelings or synchronistic events that may be going on for all of us, and then how to navigate them the most wisely, right? Or my advice, my recommendation for that. Okay, and I typically go over like 3 to 5 planetary alignments happening in these planet pulse videos, okay? By the way, if you guys, are just hopping on, and want to engage, let's make this a conversation. So drop a comment as to where you're at, what's going on, your belief or your background in astrology and why you're here, what you're curious about. And I can also tailor this reading towards that as well. So let's hop into it. Okay, so September 14th, 2020 at 12:35 p.m. I'm in Mountain Time in Scottsdale, Arizona here. I've got about probably less than 15 to 20 minutes before I get kicked out of my room. The biggest alignment that I can see here that's currently popping out is Sun in Virgo opposite Neptune in Aries, in Pisces here. And this is a big one. So with the planets, right? Sun, as I said, they all represent something different, but Sun represents our egoic self, our egoic light, the light that we emanate or shine, or the basic premises that represent who we are fundamentally. Okay, so the sun's a very powerful planet, and whatever it's in aspect to, it really blows up the energy there so we can feel it very profoundly, and it's a major theme as to what's going on right now. With an opposition to Neptune, it may feel like we are kind of the fog that we've been swimming in for a long time now, may be feeling a little bit more illuminated, or we may feel compelled to put more trust in the unknown, or we may feel like there's something pulling us towards the unknown or the fog or some kind of visionary dreamland more so than normal, right? And what this means is that, if you can embrace uncertainty, if you can embrace being and living in the unknown, if you can embrace not knowing exactly what's going to happen in the future, you can exist in a very magical time right now. You can feel very magical, like things are happening all for a purpose. We're being guided. You could have these downloads and visions as to what's happening for you, or this really good feeling about, hey, if I trust in the unknown, it's going to reciprocate back everything that I'm giving to it. All the trust and the love that I'm putting out there, it's going to come back tenfold. That's Sun opposite Neptune. Now, if you haven't really integrated this and you're feeling lost and scared and like, oh my God, I don't know what's happening here, but I'm swimming in this fog of I don't know what the hell's going to happen, that could be scary. That can be terrifying, actually. But the key here is to trust and to have faith in the unknown, in uncertainty, in the fact that there's a higher power that's helping facilitate all that you need to have happen in your life to happen. That's what Neptune's asking for, is trust and faith in all of that unknown. So, any of you guys, this may be happening in a certain part of your life, right? It doesn't have to be happening in any one area. It could be happening in relationships. It could be happening in job. It could be happening in family. It could be happening in whatever, some area of your life. But the ask is universally to trust in whatever unknownness or uncertainty that you're feeling right now, to fully trust and dive into that, and to do the things deep down to be right, that may also be uncertain, right? And to trust that it's going to come back in the right way. So that's Sun in opposition to Neptune there. Now with Sun in Virgo, with Neptune in Pisces. So yeah, this is also the whole theme of how this is happening is going to be in a more kind of practical, logical, or urgent way, right? So Virgo is it's like a cleanup energy, right? So it's like any of the things that need to happen to clean up your life that you then have to like trust into and into the uncertainty of that, right? It's kind of asking us to do those things. It's asking us to clean up those loose ends and to tidy up any of the mess that we feel has been happening in our lives so far in a very constructive and progressive way with urgency as well. So right now is a good time, right, to move forward in those ways that may seem new or uncertain, that we need to be productive in, or we need to be, urgent about or care about more. And Virgo is a very urgent but caring sign. So put some attention to detail as well in the ways that you're trusting into the uncertainty. So if there's a new project, a new business, a new relationship even, or if there's something new on the horizon that you just feel the need to put more attention or drive into, now's the time to do it and to trust fully into that. Because everything we invest right now with this alignment is definitely going to come back to us sometime in the future. It's an investment we're making into the future and to the universe itself with Neptune there. Okay, solid. So the next thing I'm going to look at is that we may all be feeling right now. Oh, goodness gracious. So yes, this is a pretty big one. Mars in Aries squaring Saturn in Capricorn. And Mars is in retrograde as well. So Mars has to do with, all the ways that we feel our own power, or where our power comes from, or how our power comes into alignment, and how we can effectively use our power to drive out into the world and to create change in a good way. So Mars in retrograde in itself, in Aries, signifies, how have we lost our power? Where has our power been dissipated towards? How can we cultivate and bring our own power to create things in the world back into ourselves? And how does that power come into alignment, right? I'll just give an example of this. Is like, for myself, I'll give a personal example. Like, my power is being dissipated by the things that, for me, were just caused by childhood trauma and wounds. I.e., I felt the need to be validated by all you guys, to be validated by friends and family, to be validated by authority figures before I could do this type of work. And obviously, astrology and tarot isn't something that's going to fucking be validated, excuse my language, by the mainstream general public yet. But it's something I've been called to deep in my heart. And once I let go of that, and I just focused on my power is in helping people and giving a lot of value to people who need it right now, and not even talking really about trying to show off or make myself seem cool or validated. Boom, my power came in. And it's like, okay, now I feel that. So where have you been dissipating your power? What non-true, non-aligned energy have you been dissipating your power towards that's not really authentic? That's a good way to put it right there. Square Saturn in Capricorn, right? Where has your power been going, or how has your power been dissipated in a way that's actually that hasn't been progressing you forward in a practical way in life, in society? Or how is your lack of power or power, affected you in a way that may have resulted in hard lessons to learn? Or what lessons do you need to learn through cultivating or the dissipation of your own power and energy and your own spark there, right? Saturn is the planet that signifies, hey, let's get on track, let's get disciplined, let's move forward, and let's progress in a very practical way that's sustainable. And anything that's not in alignment with that is shown. Right, and there may be hard lessons to catch up with what Saturn's been asking for a long time. So what lessons are coming to you now that are showing how your power has been dissipated that can now be reintegrated into yourself? What area, just ask yourself, what areas has my power personally been being lost to? What have I given my power away to for far too long that now needs to be reintegrated into my own life? Okay, Mars square Saturn. I'm going to go over like 2 or 3 more, okay? And again, I the reason I don't go through the whole everything that's going on is because I want to give you guys like 2 to 3 or like 3 to 4 solid lessons happening right now that are most prevalent that I can ask quite tangible questions to that you guys can then go out and make change in a real practical way. Okay. So, the other thing that's happening too, and this has been a big theme in my life, and I'm sure a lot of your guys' life, right, is the aspect of love and soulmates and relationships. And the reason why that's been a theme is because, I'm looking at the chart right now. Juno, which is the asteroid of your long-term partner or soulmate in this lifetime, is in a trine to the North Node and in opposition to Mars. And we just talked about how Mars is a big deal. So in relationships, right, you may be going through a period of time where you are really coming into a solid knowing or recognition or desire of your soulmate, your real soulmate, and true love and real love and unconditional love as well. And, if anything in your life that hasn't been resonating with that, including how you dissipate your power, is going to come to fruition and just be shown and be felt, and it's going to be called to make corrections to and to come into better alignment. So anything that's happening in regards to your love life specifically, or relationships in specific, which are pointing out these issues, are all meant to bring all of us towards a place where we can be with that ideal person or long-term partner or soulmate, the person who's going to lead us towards our destiny. Now, the reason I say that is because Juno's also in a trine to the North Node. North Node represents our collective destiny, or where we're headed, right? Or what the best place for us to head is that may be uncomfortable. North Node's in Gemini, being a trine to Juno. So through relationships, through our soulmate, through our partners, we are being thrust or moved quickly towards, in a very harmonious way, our destiny. Or where we need to go in our life. So trust that through and with relationships or partnerships right now, the things coming up are coming up so it can bring you both closer towards where you really need to go, whether that's through separation, through coming closer together, through commitments, things like that. Those things are all going to come to light. The other thing is, too, commitments. I just mentioned that rang something for me because Juno's also in square to Saturn here. Wait, is it? Yep, it is. So square to Saturn. And so the issues of long-term commitment and partnership with another person may be something that's a tense subject right now, or there may be some friction when it comes to being with or being courageous enough, or just trusting in the idea of a long-term commitment or partnership, or the idea of a long-term commitment or partnership with another person or some person, or basically on the journey of finding our soulmate. So just know that all of those things are true and real. And the question to ask yourself here is, just to reflect on, how has my partnership or partnerships or current partnership brought me closer towards the person I want and need to become, that's in alignment with my destiny, with everything that I want to achieve. And if you know in your heart that a certain person will or is affecting you in a way that's bringing you closer towards your destiny, that is the right person for you for the long term, most likely. Okay? That's how you know. If that person is bringing you away, or they're just not in alignment with that, or there's just some lack of harmony between you two when it comes to that, either you need to be separated or that's not the right person for you. But the other thing is like trusting in that, trusting in whatever the higher power universe brings you to in order to get to that, trusting in that to bring you to your destiny or to that person, right? I realize it's 12:48. I have like zero time to get out of here. I'm gonna pull like I don't know, 1 to 3 tarot cards just to kind of seal this. Bear with me here. It's been a while since I've even pulled tarot cards. If you're new to tarot, again, tarot was created in alignment with astrology, and all the electromagnetic signatures that are out there that are affecting our daily lives and the energies of what's going on, they're going to affect what I pull right now, because my intention, which I'm going to say right now with this reading, is to give you guys additional information or clarity with everything I just said in this reading. Okay, so I'm just going to pull 3 cards, where we're coming from in the past, the present now, and then the future potential, and we'll just riff on the theme. So I'm just going to pull 3 cards here. We'll cut the deck, and then I'm going to leave myself like 5 minutes to get out of this hotel before I get kicked out. All right, so that's past. Ooh, yeah, got the Chariot. We have future. Ooh, okay. Oh, wow. Well, I actually pulled 4 cards, and that's okay. So let's go over these right now. So I believe these 2 are together. Wow. Okay. Okay, so where we're coming from in a recent past, the Chariot. What this basically means is that we've been in a way of like trying to or rapidly progressing towards our desired future. A lot of us have been really busy coming back up into the ways that we think are right to be productive again, and really just getting a jump start. All the things that have been happening in our life have been like jet fuel to get us to where we need to go. And it just seemed like a big rush of things. Like things are happening so fast, so quickly, everything's so different, but it's just rushing us towards where we need to go. And, if you've trusted that, it's been a wild, fun, crazy, exciting ride. If you haven't trusted that, it may have been difficult. But that's where we're coming from, moving forward and progressing towards our next step or our next part of the journey, right? The Chariot. Where we're at right now, we have, let me see here, the 9 of Cups reversed. The 9 of Cups reversed. So 9 signifies a completion of some sort. Cups are more emotional. We've got the moon here as well. So where we're at right now, again, it's a little bit of a limbo land, actually. It's kind of in the unknown, right? Cups, emotions kind of signify like Neptune to me. We've also got the moon here, which is very related to Neptune, and it's reversed. So it may be, again, a kind of uncertain, dreamlike kind of emotional reality that we're not quite sure what's happening yet, but we're kind of in it. And if you can trust, amazing in the uncertainty. If not, it might be a little scary. But we've basically used the Chariot to push forward and move through and do the things we need to do to get there. And then now we're like, oh, crap. It's kind of like we're just sitting in the abyss, waiting to see what's going to come of all this that's happened. And then for the future, I felt inclined to put these 2 cards together for the future. They just both popped out at the same time. We have the 5 of Cups in reverse, and we have the Devil card with it. So, and this is a clarifier. The Devil card's a clarifier here. So, the 5 of Cups reversed. So remember, Cups is emotion, and this is a really sad card. So it shows that we may be coming out of a collective period of sadness or disempowerment or depression even, or lack, or like lostness, really. But the fact that it's in reverse means we're coming out of it, or it's ending very soon. So this period of stagnancy or loss or depression that we've been experiencing altogether is coming to an end. And the Devil here signifies, should we be able to slay or get rid of anything that's not in full alignment with who we are. The Devil represents addiction or things clinging to you that you need to kind of release and let go of, and to destroy and to slay, that are not allowing you to progress to where you want to progress. So there needs to be a death of something in your life in order for us to move forward, and you need to be able to identify what that death is, and to kill it off, to let it go, to release it, to identify through perspective, clarity, and meditation what that death is or needs to be, and to just have faith and to let it go, right? And that will allow us to progress out of this collective kind of stagnancy or depression or sadness. I'm just going to draw one more for just so we can see What do we need to do in order for, what's the biggest thing that all of us need to do in order for all this to happen? So, okay, wow. All right. So I drew 2 more cards because 2 wanted to come out. We have the 5 of Wands. Wands is fire. So it's initiative, drive, direction, right? Leadership, all those types of things. 5 of Wands in reversed. 5 is a sign of, or a number of change and in life circumstances, really. So being okay with a drastic change in life circumstances, and knowing that this is going to be able to move us forward. With it being in reverse, right? Yeah, what I'm really getting is like, just be okay with any change that seems forced upon you, that may feel like it's not allowing you to progress in the way you thought you needed to progress, is okay. It's actually a good thing. But then we drew the Lover's card right after that. And to me, that's like, this is taking place in a relationship, right? I try to avoid it, but I think I'm supposed to be a channel or guide when it comes to relationships, particularly right now. And so I'll just embrace that as like, I'll just say it straight up. If you guys are dealing with a challenging relationship, you don't know where to go, you don't know what to do, your soulmate is here in your life. Or chances are you know who that person is. They're on your mind, they're on your heart. And there's been some type of struggle, drama, tension, stress, things coming up. And again, all those things are happening so that you can be fully aligned with either that person or the next person or the real person that is going to come into your life and allow you to progress towards your destiny. There you go. There it is. I said it. I was trying to avoid it, but that's the truth. The truth is, that's the theme of what's going on collectively right now is these changes, these growth opportunities are happening through relationship. And it's a big part of what we're doing. It's a big part of getting us to where we need to go, is relationship and harmony in that and trusting in that. So remember, this is temporary. It may be scary. It may seem like it's not allowing us to progress in the way we wanted to progress, but it's just a delay. Trust in relationships, love, and your true person. Letting go and slaying whatever needs in your personal life to be released or dealt with in order for you to progress and get out of this period of stagnancy or depression or sadness. Trusting in the unknown, and also, right, where we're coming from may kind of be in friction with this, but if we can trust all that's happening, we'll be good. All right, guys, that's enough. That's all I have for now. I got to get out of this hotel room before I get kicked out. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want a session with me, or sorry, I had a call come in. I should have put it on Do Not Disturb. Oh, that's so good. If you guys want to, I don't know if my Facebook people can hear me, but anyways, if you want to work with me, if you want a session with me, go to my Instagram. It's Brandon Tobias, all one word, _astrology. And I have a little link in my bio there that lets you book a session with me. I do one-on-one consultations for $100 where we go through your chart. We can access relationship dynamics, purpose, healing, trauma, current transits that are going on. So go check that out if you're interested in working with me. If not, be sure to follow or subscribe or whatever you want to do in order to. And another caller just called me right now. But anyways, hope you guys have been well. Check this video out. It'll be on my page if you guys didn't catch it or you want to catch the full thing. This is the planet pulse, what's currently going on in astrology and how to move forward with some tarot cards. Check it out on my page. There'll be the replay up. I don't know what I'll title it yet, but I'll post it here soon. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining. And if you have questions or want to work with me, shoot me a DM. All right.